Hello, and welcome to a video tutorial on the improvements we've made to the tree view in CryoSPARC. The tree view has existed for quite a while, but it has recently been rebuilt from the ground up to prioritize speed and legibility. So to try and get the tree view to be as responsive as possible and to make it easier to see which jobs are connected to which other jobs and kind of how things are working together. Here on the screen, I'm showing you the new tree view, and we will be walking through it in terms of a few sort of categories. First is navigation and selection. Next is filtering jobs. We'll talk about grouping jobs, which is a new functionality in the improved tree view. And then finally, we'll talk about the output view and how that has changed in the new tree view as well. So to get started, let's talk about navigating the new tree view. As you can see, by default, we are viewing every single job in this workspace. And that means that the tree view is very zoomed out. By default, we can scroll up to zoom in to the workspace, which will give us a little bit better view of the jobs themselves. So you can see here I've done some reconstructions, sharpening, zoom in, crop out part of the map, etc. But you can see that one flows into the other in this spatial layout where parents are above their children jobs. Scrolling has another functionality, which is panning. So I've clicked this button down here, and now when I scroll, I'm panning up and down. I can hold Shift to pan left and right, and I can use the keyboard shortcuts to switch between these two modes. I can press Z to change back to zooming, and then I can press X to change back to panning. Also, if I want to temporarily switch modes, I can hold the Command key. So right now I'm zooming, and then if I hold Command, I'm panning. So Command Shift would change me to panning left and right. But you'll note that I never changed the mode down here. So if I let go of Command, I am again zooming in and out. Similarly, clicking and dragging has two distinct functionalities. By default, you'll start with clicking and dragging being a way to navigate around the workspace. It's okay to click and drag on a job, but you might select it. So when you click a job, you select it. You can command click as well to select multiple jobs. And then to deselect jobs, you can just hit escape. If you want to select a bunch of jobs all at once, it might be easier to switch to the other click and drag mode, which is select. So I've clicked the select mode down here, and then I can click and drag to select all of these jobs at once. And again, escape will deselect them. Similar to scrolling, the click and drag mode also has keyboard shortcuts. So you can press C for panning for dragging, and then V for selecting. So all of these shortcuts are collected in the bottom left of your keyboard: Z, X, C, and V. That is manual navigation, but the new tree view also has automatic navigation, which is convenient if you want to find a particular job. So one form of automatic navigation is if you select a job by clicking on it in either mode, you can press this target button up here to zoom to that particular job, by default at a 0.5 zoom level. You can also use the keyboard shortcut T. So if I select another job and press T, I will navigate there automatically. So this is a nice way to center your view and go to kind of an intermediate zoom level to see what's happening with that job. If you want to navigate to a job that you don't know where it is, so you wouldn't be able to click it to select it, there's a few ways to do that. The easiest is probably to click this 122 jobs or however many jobs are in the workspace down here, and then you can just scroll through and find it in the list and click it to zoom there. You can also type in a query, so maybe you know it's a local refinement, and then you can pick from your lists of local refinements. You can see that the local refinement I selected is inside a group. That's what this gray box is. So let's go ahead and move on to discussing groups next. Groups are a way to take a kind of intermediate organizational level that is sort of even smaller than a workspace. So if we zoom back out to view the whole workspace at once, you can see there are a lot of jobs in this workspace, and they are sort of grouped by the tree view in terms of parents and children. But it might be nice to, for instance, make this set of jobs take up less space in the tree view. I know that these are all just various different tests of reconstruction of a virus, and so I don't necessarily need to see all of these when I go back out to the tree view, but they're taking up a lot of space and a lot of kind of mental real estate as well. So if I select these jobs by clicking and dragging over all of these reconstructions and sharpening jobs and such, I can create a new group by either right-clicking and then clicking Group the Jobs, or if I prefer to use keyboard shortcuts, I can just press Command G. This will open up the new group dialog, and you can see that by default, the create group is focused. So I could just press enter here, but I'm going to give them a title, maybe reconstruction tests, and I can pick a color too if I want. Now, if I click create group, we can see that the jobs have been grouped and collapsed into this yellow, because I chose yellow, sort of stacked up job cards object. And so now in the tree view, they take up much less space, right? They take up approximately the space of a single card, but they actually hold a bunch of jobs inside them. If we click this group, we select all of the jobs that are inside that group, and we can expand the group again by clicking the plus symbol. So now the group has expanded, so we can see everything. We can click any of these minus symbols to hide it. There is, of course, a keyboard shortcut for this. If you hover over a group and press E, the group expands. And if you hover over any of those jobs and press E, it will collapse again. You can also not hover over it and just select, and the same thing will work. If you are currently selecting a group, but you hover over another one, the group that you're hovering is the one that will expand and collapse. To add jobs to a group is relatively simple. You can just you can select the jobs that you want to add, right click and click add two jobs to group, and then select the group that you want to add them to. In this case, that grouping doesn't really make sense since these are clearly unrelated jobs. So let's remove them by, again, selecting both jobs, right-clicking, and then you can either click Remove Jobs from Group here, or you can click Command-Shift-G to remove them from the group. If you want to entirely remove a group from your workspace, there's two ways to do that. If you remove all of the jobs in a group from that group, so basically if the group is empty, it will automatically get deleted. But you can also hover over the group and click this little trash can icon. This will delete the group, but all of the jobs that were in the group will remain. So it is just removing that kind of group construct. So there's no risk of losing data when you're getting rid of a group. Groups also have an auto navigation feature. So you can click the groups icon the groups menu down here, click a group to zoom to it. And you can also expand and contract all groups at once by using these plus and minus buttons. So I've zoomed out here so we can see there's a group here and there's a group here. If I click plus, both of those groups will expand. If I click minus, both of them will collapse again. Sometimes when you're working with a workspace that's this large, you might want to look at only particular jobs. Just like in the card view, we have filters available to help you do this. But the filters work a little bit differently in the tree view because the spatial layout kind of depends on being able to see all the different jobs at the same time. If we just hid all the jobs except the ones you were filtering, this sort of the relationship between parents and children would become harder to detect. So the way filters work in the tree view is very similar. So we can filter by job type. Maybe we just want to look at homogeneous refinements. And I don't have that many of those in this workspace, but you can see the tree view is still showing us all the cards, but any cards that don't satisfy our filter have been grayed out. They're just these kind of empty gray boxes, and that helps us preserve the sort of general understanding and the sort of spatial mapping of, I know that these jobs over here are the T20S proteasome, these jobs here are an ion channel, et cetera, but it lets us focus our attention on the jobs we are interested in. And all the filters that are available elsewhere are, of course, available here. So in addition to job type, there are things like tags, who created a job, etc. Another exciting feature about the new tree view is the rebuilt outputs menu. And to show that, I'm going to create kind of a dummy job, maybe over here by the proteasome. So we can see here, we've got this refinement. Maybe I want to change some parameters and try refining it again. So I will create a new homogeneous refinement job. And then typically I might take my particles from this reconstruction and sort of open this job card and then drag them over from here like this. But in the new tree view, you can instead use the outputs view of the card. And if we zoom in here, we can see all of the outputs are available. In addition, their low-level outputs are available if you want to use the low-level interface. And you can directly drag from the card in the output view into your job builder. And we can see that once we connected something from J116, the card we are building, which is this one here, jumped to its proper position in the tree. So we can continue with this and plug in the particles and maybe the mask as well. And now this job is ready to go. If you want to view several jobs outputs, you could, of course, click their outputs icon here and toggle them on and off. But there is a keyboard shortcut to temporarily turn all of the cards to their output view. This can be helpful if you want, particles from one job, volume from another, and a mask from a third. Pressing O again will toggle them all back. If you did have a job that you manually set to outputs view, pressing O will toggle all the other jobs, but that job will remain in outputs view until you manually toggle it back to the kind of regular card view. Of course, the outputs view can still be used to open the cart as always. So here we can click volume, particles, mask, and then over in the cart, we can see the jobs that accept those. Clicking them will, of course, spawn a job with everything plugged in correctly. So the outputs view still does what it has always done and activates the cart. But in addition, you can use it in a job you are manually building to pull outputs without having to open the job card to drag them straight out of there. Those are the main new features in the new tree view. I'm just going to end with a quick review of the keyboard shortcuts, since we think these provide a really nice way to take advantage of the improved speed of the new tree view. So if I close out this job and everything, we can zoom out to the workspace, and you can see that if you press O, we can toggle all the jobs to their output view. Pressing O again collapses them. The Z, X, C, and V keys control the behavior of scrolling and panning. If we navigate to a group using this drop down here, hover over that group and press E, we expand it. E again will contract that group. T will center our view on a given job. So we can select this job here and press T. R resets the view, so it lets you see the entire workspace all at once. And Shift R controls the zoom level between some preset values. And finally, selecting multiple jobs and pressing Command G will group them, and you can just hit Enter here, and then Command Shift G will ungroup them. Those are the improvements to the new tree view, and we really hope that you find this new way of interacting with CryoSPARC helpful and fast. Thanks.